Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nevena Cvetic. I'm the Executive Director of Leadership, Professional, and Career Development at the Graduate College. Joining me are Alyssa Gardner, Event and Program Manager at the Graduate College, and Darylyn Magana, former Grad Rebel Advantage mentee and mentor. If you can change the slide, Alyssa. Alyssa and I help run the Grad Academy, which is our central hub for professional and career development programming for graduate students, but also graduate school preparation for undergraduate students. So, through free programs and badges and certifications, workshops, events, and more, the Grad Academy helps students develop competencies that will really help position you for your academic career and life success. And today we're going to share with you some information about one of those programs, if you can change the slide, and that is called the Grad Double Advantage program. But before we jump into the details of Grad Double Advantage and how it can really help you, Alyssa is going to provide us with a brief overview of graduate school, and then we'll jump right into the program.
All right, thanks, Nevena. And hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. So, what exactly is grad school? What does it mean to be a graduate student? Well, these are some of the questions that the Grad Rebel Advantage program is meant to help you address. The grad school experience is going to be different for every person because we all have different goals. But if you are considering going to grad school, first, UNLV is a great place to go, and the Grad Rebel Advantage program can help you to navigate that process. So what is grad school? We're just going to go over a few items here. It's an advanced course of study in a specific academic field or profession. So it's a chance to further specify or narrow your field of study or your career aspirations. And maybe it's even a requirement for the future job that you are interested in. Grad school usually requires at least a bachelor's degree. Many graduate students continue in their undergraduate field or a related one, but some pursue entirely new fields. So you aren't necessarily limited to what you are studying now or have studied in undergraduate school. If you're looking to switch gears a bit, there might be paths for you to do that. And lastly, many graduate schools offer both graduate and professional degrees. So graduate degrees are focused on original research and scholarship in a specific field, whereas professional degrees provide advanced career training for specific professions or careers. It's important to know that these different kinds of degrees exist at the graduate school because they will point you in different directions. And again, the Grad Rebel Advantage program kind of helps you to understand what might be the best path for you in reaching your goals. So what kind of programs and degrees do graduate schools offer? There are three main types. Those would be a certificate program, a master's degree, and doctoral degrees. Certificate programs are typically short, tightly focused programs designed to teach students skills in a specific area of specialization. Master's degrees offer a high-level specific course of study in an academic discipline or professional practice. And then you have doctoral degrees, so the highest degrees attainable in most fields. And these are for students who wish to attain academic or professional mastery of a specific subject. For doctoral degrees, it's important to know that there are different kinds. So depending on your goals, you might be pursuing a PhD or maybe a doctorate in something like physical therapy or nursing, for which each course of study will look quite different. So it's great to make connections with grad students through programs like we have today, so that you can, ask them your questions and help you figure out where you want to go next. So why go to grad school in the first place? You might have long-term goals that are already leading you towards grad school, maybe even a certain program that you're looking into. You might have no idea if you want to go to grad school or not, and that's totally okay too. This program can help you determine whether it's going to be a good fit for you and what that could look like. If you don't have a set goal in mind for grad school, what are some other reasons that you might want to go to grad school? So first off, there are increased job opportunities. So the US Census Bureau, so this is US population, only about 14.4% of individuals hold graduate or professional degrees. So it can really set you apart. And for those that possess graduate degrees, there is lower overall unemployment rate, and we'll talk a little bit about this in the next couple slides, as well as higher lifetime earnings. So the difference in career earnings between a high school diploma and having a bachelor's degree is about $670,000. If you take that the next step and get a graduate degree, the difference between having a bachelor's degree and a graduate degree can be up to $620,000 or more in lifetime earnings. Um, Graduate degrees help you develop transferable skills that employers are looking for. So these could include research, discipline, leadership, communication, perseverance. The list goes on and on. And studies are showing that more and more employers, both inside and outside of academia, value these types of skills. You can gain these types of skills, through your degree program, but also with the extra support through co-curricular activities and programs like those that we offer through the Grad Academy here at UNLV. And lastly, grad school can help you take control of your future. A graduate degree makes you more marketable and sought after by employers. So looking a little more closely at the information about unemployment rates and earnings, this first chart shows the weekly earnings by degree level acquired. So you can see those with a doctoral degree or professional degree typically make the most money weekly, and the list kind of goes down from there, graduate degrees coming up at the top. The second chart shows you the overall unemployment rate in 2022 in the US for those that hold these different kinds of degrees. So you can see, if you hold a doctoral degree or professional degree, master's degree, the unemployment rates decline. So it has that advantage for you. Taking a look at job outlook, this is always important to consider as it relates to your professional goals and what you want to do in the future. This chart shows the projected openings up until 2026 for occupations that typically require a master's, doctoral, or professional degree to get started in. So if you're looking to go into any of these fields, it's likely a graduate degree is going to be required. But once you do have that degree, you'll be able to, apply for these sorts of positions in these fields and have a greater advantage in these fields that have a greater demand. So if you decide that grad school is right for you, what do you need to know and how do you become a competitive candidate? Starting off talking a little bit about the graduate college right here at UNLV. UNLV graduate college admissions requirements include a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution, a 2.75 overall GPA or 3.0 GPA over the last 60 credits, providing transcripts from each post-secondary institution that you've attended, as well as additional factors that have to do with the specific program you're looking to pursue. There might be extra standards depending on which type of degree you're applying for, as well as which school or department that you want to apply for. There might be program-specific admission standards for different types of degrees. So as mentioned before, the certificate, master's, doctoral, or professional degree types. But there's typically common aspects of that graduate school application across the board. So you may be including things like personal statement, 2 to 3 letters of recommendation, definitely providing transcripts from colleges you've attended. You might have to complete standardized tests like the GRE or the GMAT, and then also providing your resume or CV. I missed that one. So how do you prepare that competitive application? Starts with building a strong CV or resume. And, these are things that can be coached within our programs and you can get some exposure to within the Grad Rebel Advantage program. You also need to show that you've got some experience, right? So participating in research experiences and internships both at the undergraduate level. You want to research and apply to specific programs rather than the general schools. You want to get in touch with faculty, contacts from those departments or programs early on, and you really want to focus on developing a good personal statement. So that can mean reading requirements or reading the requirements and instructions well, so what's the questions that they are asking you, tailoring your personal statement to each type of program you're applying to, being clear, concise, and grammatically correct, telling your story and expressing your passion, and conveying how you would contribute to that program as well as the field overall. And then lastly, a competitive application, of course, is going to be meeting the deadlines for that program application. So this entire grad school application process can feel a bit daunting, but one of the key objectives of the Grad Rebel Advantage program that Nevena will discuss is to help you prepare for applying to graduate school. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen here and hand it back over to Nevena to dig a little deeper in the Grad Rebel Advantage program.
Thank you, Alyssa. Just want to make sure you all can see my screen now.
Yep.
Awesome. Let me just pull up a couple of things here so I can see if there's any questions as I'm talking. All right. So, as you all heard Alyssa talk a little bit about just kind of the overview of graduate school and why you might want to consider going to grad school, and just giving you a little bit of that general high level overview of that process. So what we're going to talk about now is how we can help you prepare for graduate school if that is what you might be interested in. So the Grad Rebel Advantage program really is here to demystify grad school. And to do this, we have three main goals. We want to guide undergraduate students in deciding if graduate school is right for them. Two, we want to help grad students become more competitive applicants for their dream program. And then three, we really want to help students prepare to be successful in graduate school if that is really what they want to do. So as a participant in this program, you would have access to special workshops and events, activities, and mentorship to prepare you for future graduate study. You're going to have an opportunity to enroll in graduate level courses. You receive an honor cord that you can wear at commencement. You earn a Gradable Advantage completion certificate. You get a Gradable Advantage t-shirt, and then you also have an opportunity to win a graduate college application waiver through a 3-minute presentation competition that you're going to get to do in the program. So it's one thing for us to tell you all of the benefits of the program, but we do think it's more impactful to hear from fellow students about kind of their experience and if it helped them throughout. So we just want to share a couple of statements with all of you about some of the feedback that we have received from students. So one of our participants shared that as a first gen future grad student, not knowing anything about grad school, this program really helped them, and they really think that it helped them get into their dream program. Someone else shared that it really pushed them to become more involved and knowledgeable about their education and all of these opportunities. And one of their most favorite parts was just meeting their fellow cohorts and having a mentor throughout that program to guide them. Another student shared that they were completely new to the world of graduate education, and just were able to get access to a variety of support services that help them build a really solid foundation of graduate school knowledge. And these are just some of the stories that we kind of get to hear on a regular basis, and you'll also hear from someone later on about their experience as well. So I want to share a little bit just more about the experience if you are a participant in the program and kind of what you're going to be going through over the academic year. So participants are grouped into a mentorship pod of about 6 to 10 students. and you're going to be paired with a graduate student that will be your mentor. And there are a variety of ways that you can be paired, whether that is based on your academic interests, maybe similar experiences or common interests. We're going to ask you what your preferences are and just try our best to accommodate them. One thing I do want to add here is that this mentorship part of this program is probably one of the most valuable because you're going to be paired with a graduate student that just went through all of these steps and processes that you're about to embark on, and they get to share with you their experiences and give you tips and advice, and are just someone that understands what you're about to go through. And so some of the other things that you're going to be doing in the program is you'll be attending mandatory cohort group mentorship sessions throughout the year. So two of these are going to be as a large group of all of our program participants, and then two of them are as part of your smaller mentorship pod. Um, you're going to attend some mandatory workshops to really help you understand the process of applying and being successful in grad school. You're going to get to go to some elective workshops, kind of based on your interests and what you want to learn more about. You'll attend a research experience, a cultural experience, and also some campus appointments so you can kind of get to know the different services available to you. So you'll visit the Writing Center, and this is a great place for you to get help with writing your personal statement or, getting some help with that resume. You'll also be meeting with an academic advisor, which you should be doing regardless of the program. And then lastly, you'll meet with either the Office of Undergraduate Research if you are kind of more on a research program path, or a graduate college recruitment and admissions team member so you can learn more about the whole process of applying. And looking at this kind of right now might seem a little overwhelming, like there's a lot of requirements, but these are split up into 2 semesters, and it's about maybe like an 8 to 10 hour commitment per semester. But we are here to help support you through the program. So if you need extra time on some things, or if you need time over the break to catch up on anything, we're here to help support you through that. So we try our best to make it manageable for you, but also that it's beneficial and you learn all of the different aspects of graduate school. So these are just some of the examples of topics that you're going to get to hear about, such as learning about entrance exams, the application process, writing your personal statement, tips on public speaking, and a lot of different topics kind of depending on what your interests are and what area you really want to get help in terms of graduate education. And then these are just some other examples of you are going to have an opportunity to be exposed to research and cultural experience, such as some of these. So you'll have a lot of different options to pick and choose about things that interest you throughout the year. We also want you to get exposure to as many campus resources as possible so that you're aware of all the support you have here. So we do partner with a variety of campus partners in different departments that are really going to help you do just that, so you can explore all of the different services that are available to you. So if you decide that you are interested in applying to the program and you think it's going to be a good fit to help you explore graduate education, these are kind of the steps. You should be currently enrolled during the Grad Double Advantage year that you're going to be participating in. You should have completed 60 or more credit hours at the beginning of participation. We find that the best time for you to kind of start thinking about graduate school is kind of like maybe sophomore, junior year, so you can really start preparing those materials. You should have a GPA of 2.75 and a faculty member endorsement, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. So to apply, you're just going to go to our website, and there is a link to an application there where you can fill that out. You have until August 4th. and then you'll upload just one letter of interest, and you'll just let us know, why you're interested in this program, how you think it can help you, and then you're going to provide a faculty member endorser name, and email address. So all that is going to do is this person is going to get an email from us, and it's just going to ask them to provide us a few sentences, just kind of endorsing that they think this program is going to help you. And this can be a professor, it can be an academic advisor, if maybe you're involved in different activities on campus, whoever you want to identify there that is here at the university. And then if you want to look at the full details and with the question that is for that letter of interest, you can go on that website right there to learn more. So you have heard Alyssa and I talk a lot about grad school and share details about the program, but now you're going to get the opportunity to hear from a student that wasn't only a participant in the program, as an undergrad, but also came back as a graduate student to mentor others. So Darylyn is a master's student in the Couples and Family Therapy program. She earned her bachelor's degree from UNLV with a degree in psychology and a minor in family studies in 2022. So we're going to hand it over to her to share some of her story.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Obviously, my name is Darlin, and I'll just share a bit more about kind of my experience, one as a mentee first. So I did join this program as a junior, so I was kind of approaching the conversation on graduate school, and I felt that this program was really beneficial when it came to knowing where to start. I am a first generation student, so the unknown is very common. So with this program itself, I think it really allowed you to be okay with not knowing certain topics about graduate assistantship, additional funding, classes, registration. So overall with this program, it really kind of helped me have a plan for what I was going to do when it was time to actually apply. And what was really helpful was that they did offer us a spreadsheet on to how to organize our programs and like due dates and financial aid opportunities. So that kind of helped me stay organized. Another big helpful piece was actually the workshop about letter recommendation. So this was kind of an ability for me to learn on what to ask, who to ask, how long I should give them to write my letter for my applications. So it was just it provided that comfort where I had my mentor alongside me. If I had a question, I would email her. Also, when we met as a cohort pod, we got to answer questions that we had, maybe struggles that we were facing. Also, we do have additional videos that we got to watch beforehand and kind of talk about and kind of share on how things are going with the program itself and kind of where we're at with graduate school and our program decisions, etc. So overall, as a mentee, I felt really confident in having that support system, which is really important for me. So I was very thankful, and thankfully I am now in graduate school. So that really allowed me to be a mentor now, which was really, really nice to be able to be that support for somebody when someone was there for me as well. So it was really helpful when, I understood their struggles. I understood that they were, sometimes lost, confused, didn't really know what questions to ask. So I really allowed them with my group to kind of be okay with maybe not knowing what questions to ask. And if there's like a certain topic that they are just wanting to learn more about, that was a place to ask. And also, obviously, other students had additional questions too, which really helped the conversation flow. In my cohort pod specifically, we did have psych majors as well as other similar majors. So it was really nice to hear about others' interests as well as the cohort members kind of bonding over being interested in a certain area and didn't know about a certain field or a program or a school. So just the overall, like I mentioned before, the support system was really important. And another big piece of advice that I really gave my mentees before leaving the program was you do learn a lot of information about graduate school, overall in general of steps after graduation. So it was really important for them to kind of be able to find a way to organize everything and to go back and be able to use the resources that were still on campus for them, the resources from the workshops, and to go out and make a plan and use them. So it was really nice to hear how others had interest in my program specifically, and just to get to meet with them one on one and kind of talk about my experience was was really was really cool, honestly. So overall, my experience with the Grad Rebel Advantage program was very positive. I'm very thankful to them, and I just hope that many of you guys will continue to, you know, be curious and apply, and overall just want to learn more and be okay with not knowing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Darlin. And thanks for continuing to be a mentor for us and giving back after you got into grad school. All right. Well, now we just wanted to give you some resources for if you want more information, you can go on to the Grad Advantage website. We have also the Grad Academy website if you're just kind of interested in all the types of programming that we offer. And then we also linked here our student calendar for all the workshops and events that we have. If you wanted to kind of have maybe a one-on-one with us or have specific questions related to your goals and your needs, you can reach out to Gradable Advantage at unlv.edu, and we'll be happy to set up a meeting to chat with you or answer any questions that you have.